From your course homepage, click the Grades button in the navigation drawer to the left of the page. Once your Grader Report page loads, click the Setup tab to begin setting up your weighted categories. On the Setup tab, graded items are listed within a grade folder or category labeled with the name of your course. Graded items display vertically on the left and show their corresponding settings options and assigned scores or weights under columns on the right. Begin by clicking the Edit menu under the Actions column to the right of the folder or gradebook category named for your course at the top of the page, and select Edit Settings. On the Settings page, click the Aggregation dropdown and select the Weighted Mean of Grades calculation method. Next, click the Show More link below this field to toggle whether or not to include empty grades in the overall gradebook calculation for your students. If you choose to exclude empty grades by leaving the box checked, any course activities that students have not yet attempted will be omitted from the total course score. Please note, if you elect to include empty grades by deselecting the checkbox, your students' scores will be negatively impacted by any graded activities they have not yet completed, as incompletes will be counted as zeros. When satisfied, click the Save Changes button to apply your settings, and then click Continue to return to the Gradebook Setup tab. Returning to the Gradebook Setup page, you will now see a Weights column in the table displaying fillable fields below which you can enter assigned weights to each individual item. A typical weighted grading approach involves grouping individual assignments within weighted sections or categories, each of which reflect a portion of the overall course grade, such as your exams, quizzes, and homework. To create a gradebook category, scroll down to the bottom of the Gradebook Setup page and click Add Category. Enter a preferred name for the category, and then use the Aggregation drop-down menu to select how the activities within this individual category will be calculated. We recommend applying a simple weighted mean of grades aggregation, meaning that all activities within the category will be weighted in relation to their individual point values within a 100-point scale. When finished, click the Save Changes button at the bottom of the page and hit Continue to return to the Gradebook Setup page. Back on the Gradebook Setup page, scroll to the bottom to find your new category by looking for the folder icon to the left of its assigned name. You will now find this new category available for selection in the Settings page of any graded course activity you subsequently create or edit to ensure it is scored under the appropriate grade weight. Continue creating your remaining gradebook categories until you have accounted for each weighted component of the total course score. Next, enter in an assigned weight for each category in its Weights field to the right. We recommend weighting your categories on a 100-point scale. If you wish to record student scores for specific activities but don't want them to be calculated into the overall course total, create a separate category for them and apply a weight of 0. Click the Save Changes button at the bottom of the page when done to apply your assigned weights. Now that you have established your categories and assigned the desired weights, you should move each graded item into its respective category to ensure they are appropriately aggregated. The quickest way to do this is by checking the selection box to the right of the activities under the Select column, then scrolling to the bottom of the page and using the Move Selected Items to drop-down menu to pick the category in which to move them. Upon selecting the parent category, your page will automatically refresh to reflect your changes. Alternatively, you may move any individual gradebook item by clicking the arrow or move button to its left. The setup page will refresh, displaying slot locations above and below each gradebook item, which you may click to move the applicable item to. This is also how you can organize the order of how graded items appear in the gradebook. The same sequence of categories and items adjusted within the Settings tab will always reflect within your grader report and individual student user reports.